Let's check together some opposites, okay? So we have here some words and we want to get the antonym or the opposite of these words. For example, we have fake. So fake, this is an adjective. So we can have genuine, real, authentic. And then we got like is a verb. So we can have dislike, hate, loathe, and can't stand. So let's do these ones here. Tiny. So what words can we use to have the opposite meaning? Okay, so we can have big, large, massive, enormous. We have happiness. Happiness is a noun. So we can have unhappiness. We can have sadness, misery, or sorrow, or discontent. How about guilty? Guilty, we can have innocent, right? What other words you have in mind? So we can have blameless, maybe. We have the word safe. So what is the opposite of safe? We can have unsafe, insecure, dangerous, risky. A word that could be the opposite of admit. It could be, for example, deny or contradict. Improve, we can have decline or deteriorate, or maybe get worse, worsen. Sincere, it could be insincere. Or maybe we can have dishonest also. How about the word success? We can have failure, mature. We can have immature or childish. Encourage, we can have discourage, undermine, or maybe criticize, dishearten. Kind or generous, we can have unkind or ungenerous, or we can have mean, tight-fisted. Appear, we can have disappear or vanish. So let's listen together to these sentences here, okay? And we're going to complete these conversations. So let's listen together.
Tape script 4.9. 1.
Gary's a really successful businessman.
Yeah, but he's a complete failure as a family man. He never sees his children.
2.
My granddad's so generous. He gives me a £20 note every time I see him.
Lucky you. My granddad's famed for his meanness. A fiver every birthday if he remembers.
3.
Well, Henry, I'm pleased there's been some improvement in your behaviour this term, but unfortunately your work has got worse.
Didn't I do okay in the test then?
4.
You're not going bungee jumping. It sounds really dangerous.
No, honestly, it's safe enough as long as you're careful.
5.
Our teacher is always criticising us. I feel useless.
I know. It's not fair. He should give us more encouragement if he wants us to work hard.
All right, so let's solve them together. So Gary is really a successful businessman, but he is a complete failure as a family man. And then we have my granddad, so generous, very good, like kind. Like you, my granddad's famed for his meanness. Okay, number 3, I'm pleased there's been some improvement. Unfortunately, your work has got worse. Very good. Number 4, it sounds really dangerous. Honestly, it's safe enough as long as you're careful. And number 5, our teacher is always criticizing, and he should give us more encouragement. Okay, let's move to the next exercise together. Okay, so we're going to go to exercise 3. What is the effect of using antonyms in these conversations? What lousy weather? Yes, it's not exactly tropical, is it? So here, this is like giving correct information, and here this is being sarcastic. Jane is thick, isn't she? Well, she isn't the brightest of people, it's true.
Tape script 4.10. 1.
What a boring party.
You're right. It wasn't exactly an exciting evening.
2.
I don't know about you, but I thought the holiday was awful.
Well, it wasn't the most fun I've had.
3.
I can't believe how mean Jane is.
I suppose she's not famous for her generosity.
4.
How can you support Old Chester United? They're a hopeless football team.
Well, they're not the most talented around, that's for sure.
All right, so you will find that in the replies, they would be given some sort of sarcastic answer or ironic answer by giving the antonym of the word that was used. For example, what lousy weather? Yes, it's not exactly tropical, is it? So what's the opposite of these words here? Can you think about them? Number 1, an easy question. Tender meat. Number 2, a cloudy sky, a guilty conscience. Number 3, dark hair, unfair decision, harsh decision, or unjust decision. Number 4, you can say a soft mattress, or an easy exam. You can have an easy exam, but not a soft exam. Number 5, a dead animal. Recorded music. Very good. See, it's the same word, but we have a different opposite according to the meaning. And then number 6, we have, instead of a light color and a light sleep, we can have a dark color and a deep or heavy sleep. So let me write the answers to you, so you can copy them to your paper. All right, so now we have seen together examples for the opposites of the same word, but it depends on the meaning that we are using. So for example, a tough question or tough meat, so we can have an easy question or tender meat, and so on. Now let's check together another exercise here, which is we're going to match the words with their meanings. Okay, so we have the word abused, disused, unused, okay, misused, overused, and underused. Okay, so let's do it together. Take a second to think about it. So abused, it could be used cruelly, in a cruel way, you know, or badly. So let's connect them together, match them. And then we have disused. We can say that disused is like not used anymore. Okay. Unused, it could be not ever used. Okay. Misused, used in the wrong way. And overused, so used too much. And underused, it could be not used enough. That's very good. So try to use all of these words in making sentences of your own, so this way you can remember their meanings. You can write some of these sentences under the video in the comments to help you remember them better. Let's go to the last page of our unit. We have here this track. We're going to listen and read the pairs of lines here. Okay. And let me know which lines you find to be more polite. Let's listen together.
Tape script 4.11. 1.
I'm sorry to bother you, but could you possibly change a £10 note?
Have you got change for a £10 note?
2.
Where's the station?
Could you tell me where the station is, please?
Okay, so which one is more polite? So we can have here, this one is more polite. And could you tell me where the station is to be more polite? So we're going to listen to some conversations. And after each one, you're going to say which one is more polite and in what ways. So let's listen to it together.
Tape script 4.12. 1.
This is a present for you.
For me? Oh, how kind. You shouldn't have, really. Thank you so much.
This is a present for you.
Thanks.
2.
Can you come to a party on Saturday?
No, I can't.
Can you come to a party on Saturday?
Oh, what a pity. I'm already going out, I'm afraid.
Oh, never mind.
Thanks for the invitation.
3.
Excuse me, do you mind if I sit down here?
No, not at all.
Is anyone sitting here?
No.
4.
Can you give me a hand? I need to carry this box upstairs.
Okay, if you like.
I wonder if I could possibly ask you a favour. Would you mind helping me with this box?
No, not at all.
5.
So I said, well, if that's your attitude, then...
Pardon? I couldn't catch that. What did you say?
So I said that I was going...
What? Speak up!
6.
Goodbye. Thanks for a lovely evening. We had a great time.
We enjoyed it too. So glad you could make it. Safe journey back. See you soon.
Bye. Thanks again. You must come to us next time.
We'd love to. Good night. Take care.
Goodbye. Thanks for the meal.
Bye. See you whenever.
All right, so let's discuss the conversations together. So in the first conversation, okay, in conversation number 1, it was more polite. The second speaker used expressions like how kind and you shouldn't have, and the intonation also was like high and positive. In conversation number 2, the second conversation was more polite, and the second speaker expressed the disappointment by saying, "What a pity," and "I'm afraid." And the intonation also expressed disappointment. Conversation 3, the first conversation was more polite because the first speaker says, "Do you mind if?" And the second reply was "Not at all." And the second one replied, "Not at all." Conversation 4, the second conversation was more polite. So the first speaker says, "I wonder if I could possibly ask you a favor, and would you mind?" And that was like very polite. And the second speaker said, "Not at all." In conversation 5, the first conversation was more polite. And the second speaker says, "Pardon, and I didn't catch that. And what did you say?" Unlike the second one. And conversation 6, the first conversation was more polite because there were words like, or expressions like, "Thanks for a lovely evening, and we had a great time, and we enjoyed it too, and so glad you could make it. Safe journey back. See you soon." Or "You must come to us next time. We'd love to, and take care." So all of these words were showing a lot of, polite expressions. So can you try to make your own polite requests here also using "could you possibly," "would you mind," "I wonder if you could," "do you think you could," and "would you like to," Do you happen to know? So you can make a variation of these sentences. So you can say, for example, there are so many possibilities here, but let me show you some examples. We could say, for example, could you possibly give me a lift? Or number 2, I wonder if you could help me find my glasses. Number 3, we can say, would you like to come for a meal tomorrow evening? Number 4, we can say, could you possibly lend me your dictionary? Okay. Number 5, we can have, I wonder if you could look after my dog while I am on holiday. And number 6, do you happen to know where the toilet is? And this is the indirect question. That's why we didn't do the inversion. And the last one, we can say, would you like to help me with this exercise? Now, let's try to listen to the expressions used here in exercise 4 and take notes of what was said. Let's do it together.
Tape script 4.13. 1.
Do you think you could give me a lift to the station?
I'm terribly sorry, I can't. I have to be at work by 8:30. I'll order you a taxi, though.
2.
Could you possibly help me find my glasses? I can't find them anywhere.
Sorry. I'm afraid I have to dash or I'll miss the bus. I'm hopeless at finding things anyway.
3.
Hi. Listen, would you like to come round for a meal tomorrow evening? I'm cooking Chinese.
Oh, I'd love to, but I'm afraid I'm already going out.
Oh, what a shame. Another time, perhaps.
4.
Would you mind lending me your dictionary?
I would if I could, but I'm afraid I forgot to bring it with me today. Sorry.
5.
Hi, it's Susan here. Could I ask you a big favour? I wonder if you could look after my dog next week. I'm going on holiday.
I'm terribly sorry, Susan, but I can't. I'd love to have Molly. You know I adore dogs, but I'm going away myself for a few days.
6.
Do you happen to know where the toilet is?
Sorry, I'm afraid I've no idea. Ask the guy serving drinks. He'll know.
7.
Would you like me to help you with this exercise? I think I know the answers.
Oh, that's really kind of you, but I want to try and work it out for myself. Thanks anyway.
Okay, so I want you to try to write down some of the sentences that you heard. Now, we got this here conversation, and I want you to try to complete it and try to read it out loud. The last audio we have for this unit. Yay, we're about to finish.
Tape script 4.14.
Luciana, hello. Great to see you. Come on in. Let me take your coat.
Thanks so much. Oh, these are for you.
Oh, what lovely flowers. How kind of you. Thank you so much. Now, I don't think you know Henry. Let me introduce you. Henry, this is Luciana.
Hello, Luciana. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, I hope it was all good.
Where exactly are you from, Luciana?
Well, I'm Argentinian. I was born in Buenos Aires, but I've been working in the US for the last couple of years.
That's interesting. And what are you doing in London?
Oh, work, I'm afraid. Actually, I'm on my way to Amsterdam for a conference, and I thought I'd stop over in London to see Anna and Ben. We used to work together in New York.
Oh. And how do you find London, Luciana? Is it like home, or is it very different?
Well, it is very different from Buenos Aires and New York. I know London quite well, actually. I always love it here.
Now, Luciana, what would you like to drink?
Oh, have you got a beer? Oh, no, sorry. I'll have a glass of white wine, if that's okay.
Right. I'll just get that for you.
Thanks.
Right, everybody. Dinner's ready. Come and sit down. Luciana, can you sit next to Henry?
Yes, of course.
Has everyone got a drink?
Great. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. It's great to be here.
Luciana, help yourself. Would you like some cheesy parsnips?
Cheesy parsnips? I don't think I've ever heard of them. What are they?
Well, they're parsnips coated in Parmesan cheese and roasted. Would you like to try some?
Well, I'd love to, but I'd better not. Cheese doesn't always agree with me.
Another glass of wine, perhaps?
No, thanks very much. I've still got some. But do you think I could have a glass of water?
Yes, of course. Sparkling or still?
Just tap water will do. That's great. Thanks a lot.
Well, bon appetit, everyone.
So let's read this conversation together, okay? So, Luciana, hello. Great to see you coming in. Let me take your coat. And then she replied, thanks so much. Oh, these are for you. Oh, what lovely flowers. How kind of you. Thank you so much. Now, I don't think you know Henry. Let me introduce you. Henry, this is Luciana. Hello, Luciana. Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. So she answered, oh, I hope it was all good. Where exactly are you from, Luciana? Well, I am Argentinian, but I have been working in the US for the last couple of years. Oh, that's interesting. And what are you doing in London? Well, I'm afraid, actually, I'm on my way to Amsterdam for a conference, and I thought I'd stop by. I stopped over in London to see Anna and Ben. We used to work together in New York. And how do you find London, Luciana? Is it like home or is it very different? Well, it's very different, and I know London quite well, actually, and I always love it there, love it here. Now, Luciana, what would you like to drink? Oh, have you got a beer? Oh, no, sorry, I'll have a glass of white wine, if that's okay. Right, I'll just get it for you. Thanks. Right, everybody, dinner's ready. Come and sit down. Luciana, can you sit next to Henry? Yes, of course. Has anyone got a drink? Great. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. It's great to be here. Luciana, help yourself. Would you like some cheesy parsnips? Cheesy parsnips? I don't think I've heard of them. What are they? Well, they are parsnips coated in Parmesan cheese and roasted. Would you like to try some? Well, I'd love to, but I'd better not. Cheese doesn't always agree with me. Another glass of wine, perhaps? No, thanks very much. I've still got some, but do you think I could get a glass of water? Yes, of course, sparkling or still. Just tap water will do. That's great. Thanks a lot. Well, bon appetit, everyone. Yay, we just finished Unit 4. Get ready for Unit 5.